Okay, Bubba. All right. Sorry I had to redo this, guys. I'm going to redo this Earth one. I'm just not happy with the last one. Not happy with my energy and my vibe. I've been a little under the weather, but I'm happy to see everyone here. There's no one here, but I'm happy to see you. And, I just appreciate the likes, the shares, subscribes. I appreciate people who've emailed and asked for personal readings. I appreciate people who've gotten free readings from me here on online. I ask that you continue to subscribe and continue to share this. I'm going to be offering the Earth reading for my Earth signs and just kind of reground myself and feel solid and offer you something solid and substantial. Okay, what I did forget to do last time is why I'm really doing this is I forgot to give you the Psalm in the beginning based off of the first major Arcana card. Remember, this is Lucky Tarot and Psalms. Okay, so you guys are going to get the power of Psalms in your life. Remember, these are very powerful verses and from the Judeo, really the Abrahamic traditions. And they're used very often in African-American hoodoo. And my traditions are messianic. So they are based in just the concept and teaching of the Messiah. And I follow that concept throughout religions and throughout faiths as I explore and discover this truth. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. All right. Okay, let's do a redo on Earth signs. Okay, Earth. And everyone's an upbeat reading. Everybody wants a positive, upbeat reading. Okay, and it's true. You do want a positive, upbeat reading. So I'm just going to try to make sure that this, we can kind of find the best in this. Okay, what I do see from carried over from that last reading is this Ten of Pentacles reversed. Following that 10 of Pentacles reversed is I'm seeing the 5 of Wands. Okay, so this goes back to what we were talking about before of hoarding assets, hoarding riches, hoarding resources, hoarding relationships. Okay, so those are the things that we want to be aware of. So our first psalm today, okay, is brought to us by the Hangman. Okay. So blessings and protection to all of you. All right. So let's look here about the Hangman, and that is the now I'm looking here at my reference book just to be clear that I'm selecting the proper Hebrew letter. Okay, and we're going to choose the Hebrew letter Mem. So we're turning to Psalms 119. Okay, and we want to look at Mem and read that. And that's going to preside over this reading. Okay, so the general thing about this reading is that we're concerned about hoarding too much. Okay, not letting things flow and letting that life force energy move around and nutrify and heal everything. Okay, so Mem is related to water. Okay, sorry, Bubba. Mem is related to water. It's okay. Lay down. Good boy, down. You can lay down. Good boy. Okay, Mem is related to water. Okay, it is one of the mother letters in the Hebrew alphabet, and it's very powerful, and it also represents the Holy Spirit. And we see that a little bit in this card right here, the High Priestess, okay, which is our next major Arcana card. I'm not reading that one, okay? So let's check out the Hangman and check out the letter M. Oh, how I love your law. I meditate on it all day long. Your commands make me wiser than my enemies. Here, let's meditate on this card also. Your commands make me wiser than my enemies, for they are ever with me. I have more insight than all my teachers. I meditate on your statutes. I have more understanding than my elders. I obey your precepts. I have kept my feet from every evil path, so that I might obey your word. I have not departed from your law, for you yourself have taught me. How sweet are your words to my taste, sweeter than honey to my mouth. Ooh, sweeter than honey to my mouth. I gain understanding from your precepts. Therefore, I hate every wrong path. Okay. Unfortunately, this is reverse. Okay. Unfortunately, this is reverse. So it has that resonance, but on the other portion of that is that we have to be careful of the ego. And this is the same thing that happened in the last reading. The last reading I just did and deleted was talking about having excessive ego in the situation in week 4 here that could undermine your own personal success. Okay, and what we really got from the last reading that you didn't see, or maybe you did see it, is that everyone's success is our success. It's a corporate success. So the more we can make sure that the whole corporate, that we can make sure the whole corporate group is happy and edified, then we ourselves are going to be more successful. Okay, so that has come up again. Now we're crossed here by the the King of Swords. Okay, and this is a very sharp, direct, final energy. Okay, that's coming and putting. Really, that has some, I feel like someone has something to say about the way that earth signs are operating, okay? And that other people are involved with the way that earth signs are operating, and that, and what I'm seeing again is more, I see the King of Swords and the Knight of Swords, just like in the last reading, I saw the King and the Knight of Wands. So there is something about an older and younger kind of energy here. There's something about, a more refined energy and a more raw primal energy. There's something here about a certain level of conflict and passion. Okay, so again, I'm seeing swords and wands and fewer pentacles. Okay, so let's look into these cards here. Okay, so our overall thing is talking about our own personal generosity, okay, and our own personal hoarding and what we offer to others and what we offer to our relationships. And, is this stuff really, is this going to stand the test of time? Now we're sitting here, and this person here generally has like a peek and is able to watch kind of others and see the environment and see what's going on. Right here, this guy's got a notion. This guy has actually put some things together. This guy is like, whoa, you know what? I see these patterns. I see this happening all the time. I see these people coming and going like this and like that all the time. I'm sitting here watching the world, and now I'm starting to realize there are patterns. Okay. You're starting to realize there's certain patterns, maybe patterns in your behavior, but others are starting to address those patterns also. Okay. It's not just you, but I feel like someone else has seen that pattern, and someone else is mentioning that pattern to you and saying, hey, do you know that this pattern is going on? And now you're maybe starting to kick in and see a little bit of that. And I hope that what's happening here is that we're having an increase of our own personal clarity. Okay, based off of that. At our feet, we have to work with the ability to rest. Okay, the ability to rest from any kind of strife and issues. And, again, when we see the Hangman hanging out, is that, this guy's just chilling, and so is this guy, the Four of Swords. Okay, so there's a moment of truce. There's a moment of reprieve. There's a moment of calm where you'll be able to, this is what you have to work with, where, getting that extra day of sleep, getting that little bit of extra rest, healing, recuperating, self-reflecting, and listening to the advice of other people. Okay, this is where I'm not trying to win, but I'm actually, this is a very receptive card. Someone who is, and we can see again, oh, I just love this stained glass window. Okay. And this does remind us of the Six of Pentacles a bit. And the Hierophant, and, okay. So we've got to remember that there is something like that I have to offer, and that I can give it and not keep it and not hoard it and not keep it to myself. Okay. There's a truth that you have. Here is secrets in the past, secrets in the past, another woman, maybe, you know, some kind of, you know, some kind of like, I don't want to say Jezebel, but like some kind of mm, uh, um, where not all things are revealed, and maybe even someone who is, you know, it's like, what are you doing here? Who are you? What are you doing here? Why did you do those things? You know, and what your goals are is to get your money going and to get your bills paid and to get stuff flowing. Okay, like we've been talking about. But oh, in the future, we've got you holding your horses. Hey, hey, Sun Rising. I'm going to give you a free reading, Sun Rising. You ready? Let me know when. Okay, and so this is really about holding your horses a little bit. Okay, coming up to the future of holding your horses. Okay, slowing your roll, because I think you know, well, a lot of stuff that's going on here, and is that I'm really feeling that there's just a need to stop. I need to slow down. I need to kind of like reevaluate what's going on. It's also important to listen to incoming messages. If people are saying and speaking things, especially authoritative figures, who are older, authoritative, powerful figures telling you something, is really important for you to listen to that right now. You know, because the environment is not coming up roses. The environment, you're not seeing, you know, the general situation is, oh, am I seeing the fruit of my labor? Am I seeing all the work that I put in? Is it really going somewhere? Oh, thanks. You know, is it really going somewhere? You know, am I really building this up? And, or am I really just left with a pile of seeds, you know, with nothing but the potential that never really went anywhere? Just a single pentacle here, okay? Versus the Six of Pentacles. You know, especially when I see the cards reversed, I like to separate the numbers, okay? And that goes back to that Six of Pentacles. That goes back to that flow of money. That goes back to that flow of energy. Am I allowing things to flow? Is the environment flowing? Or this is black magic? Not yet. It can be soon. It can be soon. Okay. Depends on what you want. I don't know. Okay, so it's in the eye of the beholder. Okay. It can be black magic if you want it to be. All right. $10. $10, and I'll talk to you for 15 minutes about black magic. Check out the description, okay? Which is all just your own personal perspective, of course. But the question is, you know, the real truth is that the things that we do in our lives every day have a magical impact, okay? Is that we are constantly causing and affecting, causing and affecting, causing and affecting, okay? So even if we're not, you know, if we're not sitting there chanting to the devil, you can still be summoning the devil through your actions. If that's a black magic reference, okay? You know, and that's again the issue here. You know, the issue here is, how are we performing as individuals? Okay, what are we doing that is paying off or not paying off? Okay, Blaze Gaming, you're welcome. I'd love to talk more about that. Okay. Okay. Cool. So this is the so this has to do with the environment. The environment against you. Oh, good for you. Okay. Good. All right. Now the environment here has to do with the struggle, has to do with the work. If you're Christian, perfect. You will totally relate to this, because this is all Judeo-Christian. This is all in the Bible. It's so crazy. You missed the Psalm reading earlier, Blaze. Okay, Blaze, you've got if you press subscribe and then ring the bell, you'll be able to catch me all the time. Yeah. It's okay. You guys just rewind it. You'll be able to catch me all the time. And I will talk to you if it sounds satanic, if it sounds like black magic or whatever those phrases are to you. I'd love to talk about it. Okay. I'd love to talk about it, because I can talk about black magic. I can talk about Christianity. I can talk about tarot. I can talk about quantum physics. Okay. But $10 for 15 minutes. All right. So again, the environment has to do with the struggle. Okay. And that it's this constant work and this constant effort and this constant kind of like energy that needs to go into something that is not fully working. And you're kind of starting to wonder and question that. The hope is to move on to calmer, cooler, more relaxing vistas. Okay. Potential, new possibility, new passion, new fire. Okay. Taking your knowledge and your information with you. Okay. Okay. Maybe even moving on with family members to just a greater space, you know. You know, and what we're seeing in the future is that, you know, it's kind of coming out of isolation. And I really think you guys are going to get it, because I think what's going to happen is you guys are going to come out of isolation, and then the money's going to start flowing to you because you have decided to jump into the game more fully. Okay. Is that you are not holding back and you are not sitting on the fence, and that if people are saying things, that you are listening and you are adjusting, and that you're starting to get this, your own money moving and flowing to where it needs to go. Okay. And that ultimately that money is going to end up flowing right back to you. Okay. You guys remember to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Okay. 4 people. Thank you. Okay. So now I'm going to do some free readings. Okay. Like I'm going to give you the opportunity to, okay, yeah, Sun Rising. Okay, so Sunny, I'm going to give you, I'm going to change it up a little bit because it was taking really too long. So if you want a full reading, email me at the Harlequin Cafe. I will give you 10 minutes for, no, I give you 15 minutes for $10. Okay, and if you want a 30-minute reading, it will be much more in depth. I will pull more cards, and it will be a 30-minute reading. It will be $20. Okay, so I'm going to give you a reading right now, but it's going to be it's going to be different than the previous reading. It's going to be a little bit shorter. Okay, previous and different from the other previous Saturdays that we've done these free readings. Okay, so, okay, and Blaze Gaming, you want some info, or you want some reading, or if you want, we can talk for, if you'd like, we can talk for a couple minutes on the issue of black magic, of tarot, of how all this works. What is my rationale? How does this work? Why do I blend the Bible and tarot together? Because I also am a Christian, if we need to use those words. Okay. So just chime in. Okay. Okay. So I see that you're interested, and I'm going to talk to you just in a minute after I talk to Sunrise. Okay, Sunny Sun. Sun is shining and the weather is sweet. Makes me want to move my dancing feet. Okay, Sun. So yeah, this is where I'm seeing this echoing for the okay. This is thanks. This is what I'm seeing echoing from the other reading though. Okay. I'm seeing this echoing from the other reading, is that someone has something to say, or maybe someone had something to say. Hey, wisdom. Okay. I'm about to give my free readings, guys. Okay. Just stay in line, stick around. I'm going to keep it short, 10 minutes, no more than 10 minutes a person, no more than 4 cards per person. Okay. If you want a longer reading, let me know. Okay. Okay. So this is really kind of like someone kind of wanting to say and speak over your life in a way. Someone, the judgment coming on the things that you've been doing, and this is in the past position, that someone has set you in a direction, from the things that they have decided almost. I almost want to say decided for you, where you put a petition towards someone and you ask someone for something, and the answer has come. And that answer has come almost like in the affirmative, where you're able to move forward. Okay. You are sitting right now in a potential. Okay. It's up to you to enter into this doorway. Okay. Is that there is something here for you that is lasting, that is long. Okay. That is going to have you totally set up and established and feeling secure. That could be a relationship. That can be, and you'll have to chime in and tell me, yeah. There's a shift coming. Okay. Okay, you can chime in and tell me some information and I can make this more accurate for you. Okay. But you know, yeah, it's a shift, but it's a new beginning, and it's something that it's just something that is long lasting, because what I'm seeing here is these lilies at the bottom, and these lilies really represent eternity. And these lilies represent Christ also, in that immortal quality, the immortal quality of your identity, of who you are, of your soul. Okay, is that that's about to grow and blossom, something that passes with you from this life and the next. Okay. Yeah, so it's important for you to make sure that you're on the up and up, and make sure that your karma is good here. Make sure that you're doing things in a setup way where you're setting up even your karma, and you're stacking your cards for the future and even for the next life. Okay. In the future position, I've got the world reverse. For you, what I'm feeling, I feel like, you know, this card in particular is going to be more about the angels. Yeah. Yeah. You've got, God, I don't remember all your readings, son. I don't remember all your readings, Sonny. Yeah, son, you're free. Yeah, feel free to moderate. I have to figure out the moderator thing. Okay. But this has an inherent healing in it. And I'm seeing these angels surrounding you. Okay. Because what is the ultimate thing for you is to start to link up in a higher level. It's like I almost feel like they're trying to get your material world settled so that you can start to ascend and you can start to focus on higher things. And you can start to really break down these areas of your life, of your mind, of your psyche, and really start to get yourself together in a fourfold way. And when we look at the pinnacle here, I love, oh my God, I love that we're talking about this stuff. I love this YouTube concept because I'm just going to blab on about it. But when we look at this pinnacle here, I never wear a cross. I don't wear a cross. You know, when I think about my faith for the Messiah, and as I say earlier in the video, you know, I'm a messianic. I study the Messiah. I follow the Messiah. I worship the Messiah. Okay. Everything else needs to fall into line to agree with the Messiah. And I believe in the Messiah bigger than Christianity, the Messiah, and I study the Messiah in different religions, different faiths. Okay. But when we see this card here, this is the incarnation. This is the Messiah. This is the integration of earth, air, fire, water. This is the child of God. Okay. You know, we can look at the cross and look at what he was killed on, or we can think about how he lived, you know, is that he was supreme over the elements, and that the things that Christ spoke became. They just were. He instantly manifests, instantly. Everything that he needed, everything that he wanted, and supplied to everyone else so that their material was sorted out so they could start to focus on the higher things. He gave them free healthcare. He gave them free education. Okay. He gave them free food. So they didn't have to worry about that. He said, let me heal your daughter. Let me heal your son. So you don't have to worry about that. And you can start to really listen to me. Okay. So that's what I really think is happening. I think the angels are calling you. I think that the angels want to speak to you. I think that they want you to ascend and get a lot of these material, physical things sorted out. He gave forgiveness. Absolutely. Christ consciousness. Nope. Don't worry about that. The reversals. Oh, it's awesome. Well, I don't know. I don't agree about the magician. Okay. I think it's more than that. I'm a magician. I'm not Christ. You know, I'm a magician. Yeah. You know, it's higher than that. Okay. So, and now we see again the cross. And I'm going to just drop this on you, you know, because especially if you're talking about Christ consciousness, because you got to remember ask yourself, who put the snake in the garden? Who put the snake there? Okay. Remember, this is exactly what he wanted. He wanted to be crucified. He had a plan, a higher plan beyond all this stuff that everyone else can see. Okay. So you've got to remember that you've got to have a higher secret plan, even if things seem like they're falling and kind of like there's a certain level of, condemnation, or, you know, even some, like I said, someone like critical. You've got to remember that it's for the highest good. Okay. And because without hanging here on this cross, you're not going to have that notion. You're not going to sit and be able to see the perspective. Okay. Who showed up? Who's here? What's the truth? Boom. Now you know. Okay. Is that helpful, son? Yes. Okay. So also when we see in your cards, and I'm gonna let you know you got just another couple minutes. When we see also in the most of your cards are these major arcana. Okay. So you know that this is massively karmic. Both of these are hugely karmic cards. And this has to do with sacrifice, you know, but in that sacrifice, what do you gain? Because as we are talking about Christ consciousness, yada, yada, we have to remember who was the first person to try to offer his son, and ended up offering a lamb was Abraham when he was going to kill Isaac. Okay, and even the lies that Abraham told were turned true; they became true. Okay, so you know, it's about sacrifice, and he was willing to sacrifice, and through that sacrifice, huge things opened up for him. I'm not saying go sacrifice your children, and obviously don't take that story to that in that literal way, but you know, it's about your sacrifice. What can you give to be one of these guys? What would you give to have wings? You know, what can you see that others can't see and offer to them? You know, what are your gifts? Are they gifts of healing? Are they gifts of language and tongues? Is it gift of prophecy? Signs and omens you mentioned. Yeah, okay. So if you want to talk more in depth, hit me up in an email, okay? It's so awesome. Yeah, okay, good. Yes, 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 especially with the pentacles. That's a very earthly gift. It's a very grounded gift. You know, if you have the gift of healing, that can be in all kinds of different ways, you know, and you may ask yourself, what other gifts do I have? It doesn't just have to be one, okay? Because I walk in signs and wonders, which is what someone was saying he was a magician. Wisdom was saying, I think the Wisdom was saying he's a magician. It's a little bit different in the sense of a magician versus walking in signs and wonders. Okay, magicians rely off of knowledge. They rely off of elemental forces and powers and levels of. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Like, share, subscribe, ring the bell. Okay, I think you already, yeah, you did. You know, and there are these higher levels of manifestation. When you're walking in signs and wonders, you are just directly manipulating the environment as if it was your lucid dream. That's very different than the magician who has to, you know, who relies on gnosis, who relies on knowledge, who relies on the Kabbalah, who relies on the reception of information coming to him. If you are walking in signs and wonders, you saying tree wither and that tree drops. You're saying coins out of the mouth of a fish. You know, you're just in it. You just are the force of nature. So it's a bit higher than just the classic magician as we think. And there are many magicians in the Bible that in the Gospels as well, including Simon the Magus. And he was gifted. You know, the Bible never says magic isn't real. Okay. Okay. It says nothing but real. All right. It says this stuff, it says nothing but that this stuff works. The question is it eternal? You know, one day the sun and moon will not be here. So if we're relying on the sun and moon for power, you know, when those things are destroyed, what we have is just a false idol. Okay. We're just relying on the stars and relying on these things. One day those stars will die. Okay. So we've got to be, yeah, that Christ consciousness, that eternal, the forever quality. We will be here when the stars are gone. We've got to realize that. Okay. We've got to remember that. Okay. Let's do Wisdom Seeker. And pull 4 cards on wisdom. Did you have any like love advice? Oh, where's Blaze? I forgot Blaze. I hope Blaze has been here listening to all this preachy stuff. Okay, here, wisdom, are you ready? I don't see Blaze. Yeah. Yeah, and now, you know, I mean, I can talk forever about Jesus. Yeshua, I call him. But you know, you got to remember, just like Moses, they grew up in Egypt. Okay, he evacuated after 3 magicians came to him, astrologers, Zoroastrians. Okay, they came and brought him gold, silver, and frankincense. Okay, with that gold, his family was able to fund their escape from Herod, and they were able to travel out to Egypt. Okay, now remember when he returned when he was 12 years old, what was he doing? He was teaching at 12. Okay, so even though our gospel stories say he lived a life of a pauper, I don't think he lived a life of a pauper when he was young. I think that he had an extremely, I think he was highly gifted. I think that, you know, and even in Islamic scriptures, they refer to how gifted and talented he was at an early age. And in their lore, it's he was speaking. He was speaking as a baby, as an infant in the arms. He was like, hello, my name is Yeshua. Okay, here we come, wisdom. All right. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. The greatest gift is wisdom. Okay, wisdom. Okay. Now, again, are you earth energy? Because what I see is that there is a blockage, a bit of a Cappy. Okay, I see that over this reading might be a bit of a blockage. Might be, how do I deal with this blockage? Okay, that I'm not really secure with these two worlds mixing. I'm not fully secure with this what this offer is, what the potential is, and I'm not comfortable with the old world almost. Like I'm not comfortable with the past mixing with the future. Is that resonating? Because I see that you're in a bit of your own personal confusion, okay, in your own personal trap, okay, and you know, but you know, and what you don't want to do is be rocking around and cutting yourself up, you know, in this situation. Like, you want to be in the middle of it and you want to kind of mediate it, but you don't want it to kind of like spill over, I feel like. And that's the kind of issue. Again, I'm seeing this major arcana of the Wheel of Fortune for just having such a karmic element here, and that things have spun into a certain way for you that has been favorable, generally favorable, you know, because I feel like maybe things were difficult and hard before, and now, like, it's like, whoa, you see that there's this new, like, whoa, like, I actually don't have to stay in this mess. I don't have to do that. And that's what the Wheel of Fortune is for you. I feel like that is just that download that, yo, the future is for you. The thing is arriving. Okay. And it's time for you to get up on your horse. And it's almost like taking that wheel of fortune into your hand, that fortune. Okay. Now in the Hebrew scriptures, this is the Merkabah, and these are the 4 archangels around God and the throne of God. Okay. Okay. So this is in Ezekiel's vision. He sees this, you know, the smoke and these like, you know, gemstone throne and the shining deity on it, and the angels all around. And I feel like there's another vision similar to this, like in Isaiah maybe. But, you know, ultimately is that this is the throne of God showing up and being like, yo, something happened where it was like, get this life straightened out. Let's click this person into the right where they're supposed to be. And you're seeing that. You're seeing that you are moving closer to where you need to be, and that you have the potential to take this far into the future and be very set up and very established and just generally successful, you know, and being able to really, like, you know, you see here, this guy's got a huge field. It's a lot of work to plow that field and take care of it. But he's got a strong horse. He's got a big seed, okay, or a bag of seeds, you know, and we see this horse. He's good at growing those things. We see even it's decorated on the horse. Okay. He's good at taking care of stuff. Okay. So you're good at taking care of stuff. You're going to be good at taking care of the things that you need to take care of, and you need to go. Okay. You need to get your stuff together and go when the timing's right. Okay. And that might be at the full moon. It might be, you know, coming with this moon. Okay. You know, get your stuff together and go ahead and move forward with your ambition and your hope and your drive. Don't let this hold you back, and don't be held back, and don't be afraid and suspicious of the future. Okay. You've got to trust that it's divinely set up and that karmic things have happened and positioned you. You have to believe that you've been positioned where you are right now, and that it's a strong position, and it's a position that will last. Okay. And that you can build off of. You've got to move toward that. And by really recognizing what are your values and what's important to you. Okay. Okay. Can someone, whoever else is ready for a reading, if Blaze is here, please go ahead and say something. Otherwise, I'm going to break my rule and pull some cards for wisdom. I'm so bad. I should not be doing extended readings. Okay. 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 Yeah. Because, you know, yeah, you're at the end. You're at the end of something needs to end. Something needs to end. Because it's complete, is a complete cycle. You've done it, I feel like. Oh yeah, heck yeah, don't be sorry. Yeah, don't be sorry. No, I'm just goofing around. Okay. Now, what I'm seeing here is, you know, the beginning and the end. The Alpha and the Omega. Okay. I'm seeing this around you, and I'm seeing this around the throne of God. Okay. But I'm seeing that this is the position of this card, and it hasn't ended because you haven't ended it. You haven't done it. You haven't ended it. Okay. You haven't taken it and finished it and let it go. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, Peachy. Okay. You know, and I feel like that there's been a change. You know, something's different. You know, something's up. You know, this isn't, you saw it. You saw that UFO or whatever it was in the sky. You saw that thing. That is, you know, you were looking up at it. It spoke to you directly, but you haven't ended it yet, because you're still trying to, you know, you got to really just wrap your head around success. You got to realize that it's time. Okay. And what we see here now is the Ace of Swords. Okay. And I'm liking the Ace of Swords reversed here, because when I see the Ace of Swords reversed, I see it swinging and chopping off things, like lower things, you know, like cutting off lower things. You want to cut off all of that extra. You know, when we break these cards down, we look and we see this is the 5 of Cups. This is relationship drama and strife. Okay, and this is the 3 of Cups. In a way, we can look at it as a 3 of Cups about coming together with people versus the strife and the opposition of that. I can look at this as the 2 of Cups with my personal contract. I can look at this as the Ace of Cups also, all here, all right here. And that there is a potential for you. Not everybody. This is for you, okay? Not everyone was Moses, okay? This is for you, okay? And you've just got to, in a way, there's a certain amount of surrender that needs to happen here and a certain amount of your own motion. You know, you have to surrender to the future. You have to surrender to the future. And if that dog is going to follow you, let it follow you. But you don't have to leash it and drag it. Okay? You don't have to leash the past and drag it with you. Okay? If you step into the future and step boldly, step confidently, because you've got it. Okay? You've got the sword, you've got the pentacle, you've got the big horse, you've got it. Okay? Yeah, okay. Cool, cool. Okay, I'm glad you like it, Wisdom. Okay. Okay, I think this is better because it's not too crazy in depth, and I'm not going crazy in depth even with my other reading. You know, I'm saving that because what I've noticed, guys, is I'd love to do this every day and go live every day, but it really does drain me. I noticed, like, whoa, I've never read in this way, and like YouTube, and this is a whole new level of metaphysics here that people don't realize is happening with tarot on YouTube. Okay, we are doing a whole nother thing here. Something different is happening here that has not happened for people in the past. You know, the way that we're cross-watching, the way that we are picking up on other energies, all the, you know, everyone reading about twin flames and all these things, and us doing group divination, it's bizarre, you know, and yeah, sometimes, yeah, cool. Okay, let's go on to Peachy. Yeah, I'm all about that, Wisdom. All right, let's see. I can't do it for everyone like that. Only for myself. Peachy, Peachy, Peachy. Sarang, Sarang. Where is Sarang? I think I remember, if I remember. Oh, cool. Yeah. Okay, well, check me out. I love all of this topic, you know. You can email me if you want to talk more, Wisdom, and we can talk privately. And I can do a more personal, in-depth reading. I can do many more cards for you. Okay, just let me know. Hey, Peachy. I have to think of a song for you. I have a Korean friend. She is actually related to Gene Wilder. She's part white European. And Gene Wilder is actually her uncle. So I'm like, whoa, your grandpa's Willy Wonka, your uncle's Willy Wonka. It's so cool. Okay. All right, my friend, here we go. Okay. I'm going to pull more cards for you. Okay. You know, and what I find interesting here is how I see these reoccurring themes, simply because we're on the same elemental sign. What I see here is, you know, this fresh, passionate energy with some kind of feel like you're ready for a fight. I thought you said you were Korean. Oh, maybe it's the letters I'm thinking are Korean. Am I confused? Is that not Korean script? Sorry, so sorry. I hate that. I hate that I said that. Is that not Korean? Okay. All right, let's focus here. I really feel like either you, I just feel like this is a relationship or like a boyfriend or a husband or something. And things started like powerfully and seemed good and like you were really happy and that things could work out. But I'm seeing the moon, this mystery that you want to get through, and oh, okay. Oh, okay, cool. All right, so both of us. Okay, cool. All right, my friend. Okay. So, yeah, I hope there is not a conflict coming up. Okay. But I kind of see that you are ready to really stab somebody. Maybe, or maybe this, I hope this isn't flipped. But what I'm kind of seeing is that there was this real passionate, fiery start, maybe with someone who was very well off in a sense, but just seemed very stable and nurturing, and that just kind and benevolent, and just kind of like just really kind to you, and just like I almost feel like just like like good job almost. I don't know how to explain it quite. But what I'm seeing in the situation now is that there is mystery and illusion that you're trying to cut through. And you're trying to, look deep inside of yourself even to figure out what the heck is going on. And that, maybe people have been coming. I feel like you're finding out maybe somebody was talking about you. Maybe behind your back. And you might not be for that. And if it's not that someone was talking about you or someone related to you, yeah, I almost feel like you're ready to fight for someone else. That maybe people are talking trash and there's some, yeah, I feel like you're ready to swing on somebody. Yeah, because that's your boo. And people don't talk about your boo. Is that true? Yeah, maybe it's you. Okay, so then we'll see King of Pentacles at work. Okay, maybe it's a boss and not a husband. Maybe this isn't not saying that this person's talking about you, but in the past, because now I'm seeing two kings here. Yeah, you somebody you cares about you. Okay, is in the mix here, and this could be two different male figures, or it could be the same male who is just deeply loves you. It probably was like a dad or something, or a husband, but someone who loves you and loves to take care of you and provide for you and doesn't want anything bad to happen to you, and will have no problem with channeling into you, like has no problem with that. But now I feel like some people, it's like, wait. Oh, didn't you know I was Korean? Didn't you know I was secretly Korean? And you're like swinging, you're ready to fight, because you've got this one, and you've got this in the future, this kind of like bit of a tit for tat conflict where you like, no. Let me set the record straight. And I want to find out who's saying what and what are they saying. I want to know their name. I want to know who they are. And I want to know what is the problem. Because if you are feeling froggy, baby, jump. Okay? Because you're ready to swing. And that sticks and stones can hurt you. Okay. But that other stuff can't hurt you. And you're not for that. Okay. I feel like, and the light is shined on that stuff. And that stuff might have hurt your feelings, but it's better to know now, because you've got others. I'm not sure. I mean, you're going to tell, but this is behind you. You've got people that care about you, and you've got people who are not going to support that either, you know, and these people might even be saying, yo, you can leave that job if you want, and I will take care of you. I think ultimately you're trying to reflect on your values if you want that person to do that for you, or if you want to fight this battle yourself. You know, I see that, and I don't see you losing it. You know, I see this opposition. You know, people are jealous of you for some reason, and they don't have what you have. They don't have what you have. They don't have as much as you're getting, maybe. Okay. And I feel like they're maybe jealous, and they're like, well, what is it about Peach that, you know, what's so special about Peach that how come I don't have it? How come I'm jealous? You know, and that why is this person getting all of the, you know, getting the resource and getting the love and getting, maybe the boss likes you more. Maybe you do a better job. Maybe you've been there longer. But this isn't going to stand. This isn't going to stand for you, I feel like. Okay. And what you need to do is you don't have to be graceful and beautiful about it. You know, I don't really see you being nice about it. I don't see you being nice about it. I see you being really sharp and decisive, and let's end this problem now. You've got 3 kings on your side. You've got 3 kings on your side. Nope. Nope. To be honest, because I'm scared of hurting. Nope. Don't be scared of hurt. That's what this card is saying. Better. This card, right? This literally is like, bitch, better have my money. Bitch, better have my money. Okay. Is that you need to be there about the business. You need to be there on point. Okay. Sharp. Not playing around. These people are, you, unless they're your bosses, no. Because I see the people who have that boss energy, they're for you. Okay. You might not even have to work. You might not even have to work. Okay. Because you've got mad support here. You've got support in different ways from different people. Okay. And so you don't want to hurt people's feelings because maybe that's your nature and you're a kind person. And you're afraid, oh, well, they're not going to be my friend later on. No. And they're not. They're not going to be your friend. They've never been your friends. Okay. They're not going to be your friend. It's going to be contentious. And you've got to draw that boundary and be like, you know, there are lots of other jobs for them to go get. Okay. But this, I feel like you're in your space. You're in a comfortable environment. You have like a nurturing around you, and they can't have that. And you don't need to get up and leave the nurturing. You don't need to leave. They need to leave, or they need to step off. That I'm getting like a real, you know, I'm a Scorpio and a Leo. I'm a Scorpio rising. I'm a Leo sun and a Cancer moon. Yeah. So I'm all about step off, like that energy. I'm feeling a lot coming up, you know, and you can't be afraid of it, because if they step to you and you step back, then they're going to step again, and you're backing up. You don't want to do that. They step to you, you step up and say what? You say that to my face. Don't you know I'm Korean? Okay. Don't you know? You know, so you know, yeah. Don't let them mess with you, Peach. Okay. Where's Blaze? Blaze are fresh. Come on, Blaze Gaming. Are you around? Anybody else looking for a free reading? Earth signs. Before I go on, this hour is coming to a close. Anybody else looking for a free reading? Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. I will keep this up probably tomorrow. I will edit this and chop all these readings off so that for your own privacy. But if you are interested in revisiting, come back and listen and watch again. If you want a free, if you want a free reading, try to catch me on Saturdays. If you want a personal private reading, email me at the Harlequin Cafe. You can follow the information below. I'll give you a 10-minute reading. I'll give you a $10 reading for 15 minutes. If you give me $20, I'll give you a 30-minute reading, and it'll be much more in depth. I'll give you many more cards, and oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I will give you many more cards, and I'll give you a lot more information. Okay. All right, my friends. Bye, Peach. Bye, everybody. I'll see y'all next time. Okay. Actually, I'm going over to water. Okay. Bye. If you got water in your chart, come back. Okay. Bye. Oh. End stream.